I typically like to cover these episodes in chronological order. The students have their story, Miss Bliss has hers, and there's usually a touch point that gets woven into the episode. But not this time. No, this episode, a few students have issues that are resolved almost as afterthoughts. I figured I'd at least get these little distractions out of the way before getting into the meat of our deep dive. It's time for parent-teacher conferences, and Nikki is worried that her parents will be underwhelmed with her stellar grades. Lisa talks her down. Later,
you were right. It was all in my head. I don't even know I was ever worried. They said I'm doing great, and they're so happy. They're taking me to Chicago for the weekend.
So that worked out. And Lisa's own worries?
Everything's wrong. I wear makeup at school.
I know you do. You look lovely.
But you don't understand. My parents will kill me if they find out I wear makeup.
What makeup?
Bless you, Miss Bliss.
If I don't end up saying it anywhere else, I want to at least say it here and now. Lark Voorhees did a perfect job with the Lisa Turtle character. And I don't know what she was actually worried about. She later runs up her dad's credit card bill and the dude's only response is to go to the Sizzler. As to the last minor issue, Screech has this problem.
I told my parents I was president of the 8th grade.
He also told his parents that he was editor of the school paper, captain of the baseball team, because that one makes sense, lead baritone in the glee club, and another one that makes sense, homecoming king. Miss Bliss, of course, tells him to be honest. Okay, fast forward, Screech is honest, and...
Can you believe it, Miss Bliss? They just want me to be me.
I knew they'd react that way.
Sweet! Lessons learned, let's move on.
Zack, guess what? Tickets to the Hot Lead concert go on sale Thursday morning.
Oh, Hot Lead! That's my favorite fake band from the 80s! Woo!
Coming down now. But of course it's a fake band. I will say, however, that this isn't the only show that references Hot Lead. An episode of Life on NBC revolved around a rock band called Hot Lead. Oh, you haven't heard of Life? Dude, it was amazing. Tina still exists, and she asked Carrie about a recent rafting trip. Miss Bliss met a man named Peter and got his phone number.
Peter what?
I don't know.
What does he do?
I don't know.
Where does he live?
I don't know.
Well, I certainly see why you like the guy.
No, it was the rules of the weekend. No last names, no past, no present.
I know this was a Disney show, but what the heck kind of rafting trip was this?
Hubba hubba.
Miss Bliss then goes into the administrative office to learn that Belding hates Parent-Teacher Conference Week because parents hate principals. Really?
To the right, we have the lockers. To the left, Mr. Belding.
Hello, I'm the principal.
Well, I guess they do. We then meet Zack's dad for Parent-Teacher Conference. He's a divorced man named Peter who just returned from a sexy rafting trip. Miss Bliss gets her brain right and tries to be a professional.
I know. He has no built-in boundaries, discipline, or restraint. Would you like to go out to dinner with me?
Yes. No.
This could get interesting. It's in the next scene that Screech goes to Miss Bliss for help. I wanted to revisit it for this little jab.
I can't let my parents think their son's a dud.
You are not a dud. But what you've always been is truthful.
Now, I know I should separate the character from the grown man actor, especially since Screech has played well, but Dustin Diamond shot himself in the foot. Peter returns and, despite Carrie's protestations, plants a kiss. And then Zack's soul leaves his body. In true Zack fashion, though, he plays off his authentic feelings and happily agrees to have his teacher come to dinner. Zack does open up to Mikey about how he really feels, who in turn inspires Zack to blackmail Miss Bliss. which should ultimately allow the two to skip school to get those hot lead tickets. Now, how is it that the girls' bathroom looks just like the boys'? And why is no one washing their friggin' hands? By the way, the blackmail starts out great, as Zack explains that he didn't have time to do his homework due to lengthy feelings talks with his dad. Belding shows up so that Belding has something to do. We learn that he's bonded with parents by abandoning his identity and riffing on principals. I didn't know that there was a market for principal jokes. I look at this as kind of like attorneys using attorney jokes to kind of break the ice with clients. Anyway, we also learn that Belding is garbage when offering advice about Miss Bliss's situation.
If you'd rather not talk about this, I understand.
No. I don't mind talking about it. I'm not dating a student's father or mother. I'm married. I am happily married.
No, it was kind of weird.
Now, what am I going to do?
Carrie, if it makes you feel any better, I know what you're going through.
You do?
Yes. See, you want me to tell you that everything will be all right. I can't do that. I really feel for you. Would you pass the ketchup?
We also learn that no one will ever say spy as well as this.
You see, last weekend I met this man, and I thought he was someone else. I mean, other than who I thought he was.
What was he, a spy? What was he, a spy? What was he, a spy?
And we see this dude make some ridiculous eating attempts. Hey, why are your bites so small, bro? In true Zack and Mikey fashion, Zack and Mikey sneak into the school. Their attempt at getting their hands on some hot lead tickets was a bust, as the concert was canceled due to the band getting the mumps. Mumps is a viral infection that primarily affects saliva-producing glands that are located near your ears, which can cause swelling. The virus spreads person to person through infected saliva. Gross, hot lead! A vaccine has been available since 1967. Hot lead and their parents are confirmed anti-vaxxers. The boys are busted, and Zack tries some patented sweet talk.
Zack, enough. Call your father. I want to see him after school.
Can't you wait until tonight?
Ooh, it's clearly time for a heart-to-heart. And Zack opens up about his feelings. He admits that he hates that Miss Bliss is hooking up with his dad. She agrees to end it. Besides, wasn't she dating that Brian guy pretty seriously? Peter later comes in with a boom! Peter later comes in with a boom mic. And let's be honest, he's going to go out with a whimper. Miss Bliss just can't rationalize dating a student's parent. But she is down to clown once Zack is out of her class. This is an episode that doesn't follow our tried and true mold of student storyline and teacher storyline. Typically, the students interact with each other to help resolve the issue. In this episode, some students freak out about parent-teacher conference, but the main focus is Zack's experience, causing everyone else to not matter at all. And because of the theme explored in the episode, parts of it drag. The result is, this episode may not be for everyone.
Yeah! Some people like it.
And if you watch things, then you've seen our guest star. With over 200 on-screen credits to his name, Robert Pine has appeared in such classics as Chips and Gunsmoke. He also played Jim's father in The Office and Herb the cultist in Parks and Recreation. He also happens to be Chris Pine's dad. With too many appearances to cite, just go turn on your TV and you'll find him.
What was he, a spy?